Ugochukwu Nkwocha, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of 9jacodekids Academy. Um, I'm married with three kids, and I've been into entrepreneurship now for the last 7 years plus. So yeah, basically that's a short history of who I am.
Are you talking to me? No, you.
9jacodekids is an edtech platform, and our mission is to teach and skill up young people between the age of 4 and 16 with tech skills in coding, robotics, and artificial intelligence. So we started this because we realized that um, countries like the US, UK, China, Canada, and so on, in preparation for the fourth industrial revolution, we are beginning to include subjects like this called STEM subjects into the curriculum for their kids from primary school up to secondary school, and they try to make it compulsory for the kids to do all of this. So, but down here in Nigeria and in Africa, it wasn't something that anybody was even thinking about. So we decided to start to teach this skill so that our kids can be able to compete with their peers in this country. So that's how we started. That's what we are all about.
Who am I? Do I really know?
I think over the years, the government has not maybe from the state governments. I think people like I think sometime in 2017 or 2018, the state the state the state the state the Lagos state government started um, to talk about a coding for Lagos and all those things. So, I think some states have an idea what it is, but I think they lack either the manpower or the willpower to actually enforce this thing because it should actually go into the curriculum and they have the power to do that. But so far, we haven't seen any state government or even the federal government maybe like sign a deal or sign an act or something that would ensure that these STEM courses are enshrined into the school curriculum. So, but for now, it's the private enterprises like us that are doing the pushing. So, but we hope that the state and federal governments would do more as time goes on.
Really? Do I really care?
Very well, actually. In fact, when we started in 2016, it was a struggle because not a lot of people knew what this was about. In fact, we had to talk and talk, back then, the first 2, 3, 4 years. But as from 2019, things have started to change and more people have become aware. In fact, nowadays you have the parents are looking out for these things. They are now the ones that are calling and asking, how can my kids get involved with this? So it has grown from a place of a lack of awareness to now even the parents are very much aware and are seeking for these skills for their kids.
Do you mean you don't give a damn?
We have an office, we have a training center based in Port Harcourt, but our model is online because it's not very easy to build at a school with technology, just like you and I are live on Zoom now. We can reach out to thousands of kids across the different states in Nigeria even outside of Nigeria. We have clients in the US, in the UK, in Canada, and so on. So trying to restrict ourselves to a physical site would not be the best option. So for now, even though we have a physical center based in Port Harcourt, our plan is to scale online, purely online.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we do a lot of adverts on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's the major way through which we reach out to the public. We create a lot of content, blog articles around this, and we leverage the social media to get the word out.
But wait a minute.
Now, yes, you're right. We're not the only ones playing in this space. There are quite a number of people playing, but the truth is, we are not, it's a huge market, right? So we have not even scratched the tip of the iceberg yet. So when you're saying you are competing with somebody when there's a large ocean out there, you're not really saying the right thing. So yes, we have people in the same space, but I don't think, in my opinion, that we've reached the level of fierce competition because the market is still becoming aware of what we offer. So there's still so much room for growth. There's space for everyone in this field. So for us, we are, like I said, we are both online. We have an on-site plan as well. So again, based on the courses that we offer, so we focus on coding, robotics, and artificial intelligence. Not all of our competitors do all of these things that we do. Some of them just face only keep to coding, while we offer more things to our clients.
Shouldn't I care?
So far, we've created over 45 jobs. That's the size of our team, including our full-time team and our part-time team. So as we scale, we should see ourselves doing over 100 jobs by 2023. As we keep on scaling, we really can't say how large it's going to be.
Oh, with all these errands, do this, do that.
For for our challenges, again, I think economy is not helping because you know what we are offering parents is something extra apart from what their kids are doing in school. So you see that as things are getting more expensive, some families are trying to put their whole attention on how to survive. So that is a challenge for us, and also we have a lot of people are not able to afford the devices that their kids need to learn how to code. So for a child to be able to learn how to code, they need to have a laptop at least. So not every parent out there is able to afford a laptop for their child. Also, we have the issue of internet access. So since our classes are online, so we have this. We all know how in Nigeria we have poor internet access. So it's a hindrance for us. So if these things can be are improved on, then a lot of the stress that we face would go away, especially the internet access.
Every day at home and outside, I hold a duty to self to care. I know why I'm
Of course, some private schools are already doing this, but from the government angle, it's something that we are yet to see. We were with NITDA some weeks back, and it's something that they are also, planning to do. So we hope it comes soon.
I'm here. Why I'm here.
Not directly. We haven't had any direct policy from the government that is targeted at what we are doing, but other other policies that have to do with the taxation, that have to that have to do with exchange rates and all that. We run online classes. We pay for our software in dollars. So the crash of the naira and all these things, have really or is really affecting the work that we do. So, but there are no direct government policies that are targeted at what we are doing at the moment. But other things are bearing on us in in a negative way. We would want the government to empower us to go and include what we are doing in the public school, curriculum. Only the government can do that. If the government empowers us to go in and train more trainers, so we need to train more trainers. So we need to draw up a curriculum for the public schools. Then the government needs to sponsor this thing. So, it's a lack of funds that has stopped us from going into the public schools or for going into the rural areas to teach these skills. More kids are in the rural area than you have in the city, and those are the ones that need this skill. So if the government is able to empower us with funds and with equipment, then we will be able to go into the rural areas, into the public schools, and empower the young people there with these same skills, same as their counterparts in the city. So that's what we wanted the government to be able to do to help us, thrive in this ecosystem. It is my prerogative to fulfill. When we see what young people are able to create, so we see young people that have ideas, young people that are creative, but they don't have the tools or the knowledge to turn that idea into a product. But by the time they come and work with us, or we work with them, you see them, writing code to create apps, to build their own robots, to build their own websites, AI and all that. So it's something that excites us. So seeing young people turn from just being a consumer of technology into becoming people that create stuff with technology is what has kept on them driving us to keep doing what we are doing. So I would say Bill Gates. One reason why it was because of his background, his parents, or his mother, and a couple of mothers in the school where he was, in the high school where he was, were the ones that bought the computer for the school lab that he used to go and sneak into the lab to use. And over time, he became obsessed with that computer. And today, we know how Bill Gates has changed the world because of the skills that he had. So that's a role model for us, not just me personally, but for us as a business. That if we are able to empower people from as young an age as possible, then we could be creating the next Bill Gates of our time. So that's it. It's quite unfortunate, but I think there's also light at the end of the tunnel, because I believe that just like in the 70s, in the 80s, you had a lot of Indians troop out of their country going for greener, pastures abroad. And those same Indians now have been trained, and you can see Indians are CEOs of the leading companies in the world. Even now, you have an Indian, as the Prime Minister of the UK. So I believe that even though we are going out and in the short term, it's looking bad for us, but I believe in the long term, it will pay Nigeria, because these same people that go out of Nigeria, they don't just leave home completely. They still have their roots back. They still invest in Nigeria. They still come back, to start up a businesses, to launch a new product. So I believe it will pay Nigeria off in the long run.
It's
We have plans. It's not just a Nigerian thing. So our plans, in the next 1 year to 2 years, is to scale what we do outside of Nigeria. So we plan on going into Ghana, Gambia, South Africa, and we already have clients in the US, in Canada, in the UK. So there are people there that need what we are doing. So with time, we will spread out into these places as well. Yeah.
Is something really wrong with
I think you just have to start, like I started as one person, all right? So, but with consistency and put yourself out there. I use the power of social media to grow our business. If people don't see what you're doing, they cannot come to you. So no matter how small you're starting, endeavor to put yourself out there consistently, and see, and just because you're consistent, people will build trust in you, and that's how that's how your business is going to keep growing and keep scaling.
my generation? I'll be too young.
For most startups in Nigeria, a major issue is lack of knowledge of how the startup ecosystem works. So if you could bring people to talk about how startups, can grow and scale their businesses, how they can get in touch with investors, and also another thing again is lack of funding. How do we get access to investors that would invest in our business? Because really, a startup needs funds to scale. Most startups need funds to scale their business. So if they don't have access to funds, they die off. So in your conference, if you could have a way of inviting investors to come there and listen to startups pitch what they have, it will be a good addition to your conference.
Yeah, and some opinions will.
Just to say that there is so much opportunity in Nigeria, and if you have an idea, don't let fear, to stop you from building that idea. I started 9jacodekids as one person, but now we have a team of about 45 people. So, start that small thing you're doing and be consistent with it, and definitely it will grow. Thank you.
Lazy doors are clueless, timid and coward. Not measuring up to the good old days.
Like yesterday's ingenuity of Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein.
And Thomas Edison that shaped today.
Oh, under leadership of Gandhi, Nkrumah, Mother Teresa, Abraham Lincoln, Awolowo, Nelson Mandela,
And Martin Luther King, who had a dream.
the bravery of Funmilayo Kuti, Bob Marley.
Can we fella showing him where to live? hopelessness with half-baked education.
A shadow of self in hopelessness and procrastination.
Still depending on getting more food, shelter,